Now I know this is totally different from what I normally do on the channel, but I wanted to get some Christmas stuff on here. Maybe I'll do another gameplay thing. I don't know. I played a lot of Christmas games a couple years ago, but I did tier makers or I did tier lists a couple years ago for like WWE events, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a tier ranking for the 12 days of Christmas gifts. Basically, I'm gonna rank them from being either they're the best gift to get, oh, it's nice, they're okay, you could do better, or of course we have it's the worst gift possible that you could possibly get for the 12 days of Christmas. Now, not all of these tiers are gonna actually be used, but I'll try to do my way. We'll try to make do. So we'll go starting with, of course, the 12th Christmas gift all the way down to the first Christmas gift on the 12 days of Christmas, simply because I like doing the song in reverse order because the damn song goes on for so long. So, 12 drummers drumming. This gift is probably the worst gift you can get anytime, anywhere. Couple reasons. It's a dozen drummers. Granted, they bring energy, but they also bring noise. Like, that's great. They're going to have a lot of enthusiasm and it might be enjoyed, but it's going to be loud. It'll be destructive, disruptive also. And not only that, how are you going to have like all this space for 12 drum sets? That, like, unless you're hosting a parade, you're going to, it's going to be high maintenance. Not only that, neighbors are always going to complain. It's like if you're like me and you live in like a little suburban area, neighbors always complain about noise. 12 drummers drumming. This is probably the worst gift ever for the 12 days of Christmas here. Now we move on to 11 pipers piping. Now, this also has the same thing as 12 drummers, but instead it's a pipe band. And it may quickly just outstay its welcome, just like the drummers. Again, fine for like a parade or a gathering, not so much for daily life. Gonna get noise complaints just like the drummers. Not only that, technically these guys are holding horns. Pipers, those are bagpipes, by the way, from Scotland. So unless you're hosting an event in Scotland or like a Celtic event, that's great. But bagpipes are a what's the word I'm looking for? A sophisticated sound and a sophisticated taste. Now, granted, I do like bagpipe music. I listen to it like once a year, but not all day. So the horns, although not as bad as the drummers, but still, this is awful too. Why the hell would you want this? You're not going to be using it for everyday life. It's terrible. It's awful. Get rid of it. Now we move on to the day 10 gift, which is 10 Lords of Leaping. Now, this could be amusing seeing these 10 people performing acrobatics and all that. And it's like a symbolic practical thing, but I'm not going to lie. These guys, they're jumping around, leaping everywhere. They're gonna, I can't, I'm trying not to swear, but they're gonna mess up your floor. That's gonna cost so much money, especially if they're indoors. Like they're gonna mess that floor up. It doesn't have much lasting value. And not only that, this goes for like all these gifts. You got to explain to people, yeah, I got 12 drummers in the backyard, or I got 11 pipers just sitting downstairs. I got 10 lords. They just like to leap around. So yeah, so this would be awful, but also kind of amusing because I'm not gonna lie, seeing these guys jumping around and some of them might be breaking their, no, it's terrible. It's a terrible gift. I'm sorry, like, but we're not on a good start for the 12 days of Christmas here. Sadly, let's move on. Now we're on 9 ladies dancing. Basically, you got a troupe of professional dancers. It could be entertaining, but again, just like with the last people, a lot of these people are probably going to be living with you and feeding them and whatnot. They're going to, require payments, all that. But, but you could always have a ball with these people, which is could be the same with like the drummers, pipers, and the Lords of Leaping. But there's some parts of people that are how you say not right in the head. And let's just say dancing women, that could actually bring in some income in certain areas of the US. Now, I'm not suggesting like a sex trafficking stuff like that. No, no. Um 9 women dancing. Now, you have 9 ladies, they're dancing. Get something that's slightly legal, that's not trading for like sexual practices, but let's just say there is some things you can do with 9 women dancing. So, although it'd be expensive to run, this one is okay. I want to say maybe you could do better than that though. Maybe. Yeah, you could do better than this. But you might be able to get some income back with this, but you might not either because these women might not even, draw attention from those type of people. But hey, it could be better. You could do better, but it's not the worst thing. But still, housing 9 women, dancing around. Yeah, it's no, no. Let's move on. 8 maids and milking. So basically, this one requires cows also. So you're going to get cows and you're going to get maids milking those cows. So this one is slightly better than the rest of these things because you know why? Because you can basically use the cows. Granted, it's going to smell bad because cows stink. And it's the space, unless you have a big backyard or like a barn or something, you're not gonna be able to afford all the space for the cows. But you got the women milking the cows. You can basically resell that milk. You can keep the milk yourself too. And not only that, you can split the profits. Granted, it's 8 maids, but granted, that's 8 cows being milked. So if each maid milks a certain amount of cows a day, that's or milks that cow a day, that's actually a pretty good profit like it's a good gift. It's an okay gift because you can make a little profit off of it. Just like the 9 ladies dancing, but the 9 ladies dancing, they could get mad at you while the 8 maids milking, you can actually I hate saying it like this, you could pay them a little less than what you would with the drummers, pipers, the Lord. I might actually put the Lords down at the worst thing here now because they would just mess up the floor and everything. They'd be breaking their ankles. You have to pay medical bills. Yeah, no, no. So yeah, 8 maids of milk, and in my opinion, it's an all right gift. It's okay. It's okay. Now we move on to 7 swans a swimming. Now swans, they're elegant. They're regal. They're beauty. They're they're good. They're majestic, but they can also be aggressive, and they are difficult to take care of because they're friggin' swans, dude. It requires like they're supposed to be swimming. So unless you get a really big pool with that too, I don't know. Their presents are just purely decorative, and feeding them, can be a significant cost, which is awful. Maintaining them, which is awful. So they're not as bad as the drummers and all that, but you could do a lot better than having swans. And it's funny because I'm ranking basically 8 maids and 8 cows higher than swans, but swans kind of don't, have things that, cows can give. Like, I don't believe swans really have a certain thing that a certain object that we can resell on here coming up to. Now we come up to 6 geese a laying. Now, I will actually rank these 6 geese higher than the swans. Why? Because they are told to be laying. They're providing eggs. You could basically just use those eggs and resell them. Granted, I don't know if you ever heard a geese honk. They are constantly honking. They are very aggressive too, apparently. They're notoriously aggressive. You need a lot of outdoor space and a proper housing for their eggs. But, you know, it might come as a challenge. But again, I'm putting them on okay. They're an okay gift because You got your two dairy products, which dairy products are going through the friggin' roof right now when it comes to resale value. So you got milk and eggs you're just selling off. That's an okay gift to get for the 12 days of Christmas, mind you not. So 5 golden rings. Okay, so this is something that's universally appreciated. I'm not gonna lie. Here's the thing: gold rings, they're valuable. They're easy to store. They can be used regift. They can be used as an investment, as jewelry. They're versatile. There's no maintenance you have to do with them. They could be resold. They're flash. This is the best gift you can get anybody. Hi, Sonic. This is the best gift. Is 5 beautiful gold rings. This requires no feeding of animals. Requires nothing. You can make some money off of it. You can just keep them to look good. That without a doubt is the best gift you can get. Is the 5 gold rings. That's a ring on one hand, like for each finger. That's amazing. That's incredible. And you could sell those gold rings for even more money. I'm sorry, I'm being a little greedy, but hey, the gist of it is that that's probably the best gift you can get on any 12 days of the Christmas is 5 gold rings. Now we have 4 calling birds. Now, the songbirds, not gonna lie, they do add a little charm and beauty to the home, but they are no, sorry, they are noisy. They require some keeping, and again, they can be charming and pleasant company. They're a little less aggressive than geese, I've read. So, 4 calling birds. Bird watchers would love these, and they're smaller than the other animals. So, the 4 calling birds, I would actually put in okay, because I'm not going to lie, I would love some calling birds, and granted, yes, it would add charm, it would be loud, it would be noisy, but they're calling birds, and sometimes they're very pretty, and people would be like, "Oh, what's that beautiful sound?" Granted, maybe like 10 minutes later, they'd be like, "Okay, what's that annoying sound?" But 4 calling birds, I would think, would be an okay gift to give for the 12 days of Christmas here. By the way, I did not choose these pictures for this tier maker thing because I don't know why Sonic is up there because there's 5 golden rings and it's a great picture. But the next one, these hens drenched as 3 French hens. Okay, they're dressed as French. These are the stereotypical French person, which is funny to me. I don't know why. But 3 French hens, they're exotic. They produce eggs. They're practical and decorative for if you have a backyard coop. And they are highly productive, and they provide eggs regular, like regularly. Like you would get eggs from these things all the time. Like it's a good balance between like utility and novelty. And chickens, I don't know if you know this, they're kind of low maintenance. So I'm not gonna lie, I would think 3 French hens, because again, you could resell those eggs. So now you got wait, seven small, yeah, geese eggs. You got milk, and you got the hens. The hens are the best ones because one, chicken eggs are going to be better than geese eggs. Some people would say. Some people would be like, "Oh, you can't have geese eggs because oh, well, chicken eggs." Yeah, chicken eggs, definitely. That's one of the best gifts you can get for the 12 days of Christmas. I'm not gonna lie. That's just my opinion, though, and whatever, what some people would say. And we move on to 2 turtle doves. Sorry for the squeaky chair. Yeah, I know, right? Don't you hate that when that happens in my videos? Now, turtle doves there symbolize love and peace, friendship, and all that. I only know this from Home Alone 2, where he's like, take the 2 turtle doves, give one to you, one to another friend. They're charming, they're sentimental, they can be kept as pets too if cared properly. It's a sweet gift for a romantic partner, and I'm not gonna lie, turtle doves are kind of pretty. So that's a nice gift. It is a nice gift. So turtle doves. Yeah, I realized you get a lot of goddamn birds for the 12 days of Christmas. It's annoying. And now we come down to a partridge in a pear tree. Now you see, this is a quirky gift, but it has a due utility. It has a live bird, and it's a fruit-bearing tree. Okay. and it's aesthetic. It's pretty nice, and not only that, because you have a fruit-bearing tree, you can basically start selling the fruit back too. So basically, look at that. You got this all the gold, you got the eggs, you got fruit, and you got a partridge, which I don't even know what kind of bird that is, but apparently it might be low maintenance or something because nobody knows what kind of damn bird a partridge is, if it lays eggs or not. Probably does. So you're basically getting a lot of eggs out of this. Just realized the 12 days of Christmas. Most of the gifts suck. So as we come to an end here in this video, I will say this again. The worst gift, I changed my mind, is the 9 Lords of Leaping, because that's a lot of damage. They can break your floor. They can break their bones. It's medical bills you got to pay. You got 9 guys just sleeping around your house almost every day, followed by the 12 drummers drumming and 11 pipers piping. But then you could do better with the 9 ladies dancing and 7 swans swimming. I know this is getting awful, but again, the swans are only here for decorative because the 6 geese laying, you can get actual eggs and resell. But the 8 maids, you get milk again. But the reason again, I would say the 3 French hens are better than the 6 geese laying. It's because granted, geese may be laying more eggs, but chicken eggs are more acceptable than geese eggs, in my opinion. And of course, 5 gold rings. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. That gold is high resale value. You can look blinged out of your friggin' mind with 5 rings on your hand. It's the best. It's the best gift you can get. Now, is the partridge and a pear tree better than a hen's? No. Especially with the fact that eggs are like so expensive nowadays. Anyway, I might do another Christmas tier list, a random one like this. I hope you enjoyed this. This was fun and silly. My name's Clinkeroith. I thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for some more maybe fun, silly Christmas tier lists.